Yo, 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 yo. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a live one today. You know what I mean? Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That the one, the only. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? The one and the only. You know what I'm saying? Motivation is back at it again, but most people call me Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it a pleasure, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. What's today? Today is Thursday, I think. Yes, it is. You know what I mean? Hump day was yesterday, so today must be Thursday. You know what I mean? Just like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep rocking and rolling, put a little theme music to it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna wait to build it up. Today is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, part two of the Willie Lynch Letter and the making of a slave. You know what I mean? A horrible, you know what I mean, and respondent psychological crisis that was enacted on black culture that still permeates the mind to this day. You know what I mean? Not only am I going to use this platform to spread for people who don't understand what the Willie Lynch Letter, you know what I mean, is a enslavement of the mind. What it does, it persecutes and put one at the bottom. It makes one think that they're not worth it. It makes one subject and persecuted and made a product of a system. You know what I mean? I'm a black man. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, you better know. And I think it's pretty motherfucking that I am. You know what I mean? So I'm a stand up. I'm a leader in my black culture. I'm a black man telling a black man's story. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna get in it today. And yesterday when I read the Willie Lynch letter, it should be on the page from yesterday at LGKUSHMIL. You know what I mean? And you can find that on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, you can go to Michael Coates, MICHAEL COATES. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know what I mean? And you can find me over there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Kim? Nice to see you, baby girl. Give you a baby just like that. And hold on, let me go. I'll be right back. Oh, God, it's getting real. Uh-uh. Just like that. Ha 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 ha. And yes, we definitely gonna get into it. You know? Who man, just like that. Okay. You know, just like that. I was looking for a denoise. So we definitely today, like I said, point to use this platform of oneself and one culture so one can know who the hell they are and then they can understand that these psychological constraints that have been placed like woman, you know what I'm saying? They give us a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm black every damn day of the year. And I just keep moving. It's just like that. And we're gonna keep rocking and rolling, you know what I mean? Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story did motherfucker begin, you know what I mean? And we're gonna keep rocking and rolling just like that. And like I said, also I have Unholy, the Slave's Bible, you know? And not only am I going to encourage and share these topics, because you got to understand who the hell you are. You got to understand what has been enacted on you. You got to understand how you treat people. You got to understand that the things that you're going through have been planned and prepared hundreds and thousands of years ago, and it has been done to us. You know what I mean? The Jim Crow laws, the colored only waiting signs, and all forms of manipulation. They didn't let us talk. You know what I mean? When we ran from their persecution or their subjugation, they cut our feet off. You know what I'm saying? Notice I got a time dial on. This is called a sundial. You know what I mean? You use the latitude, longitude, to tell where you are. You know what I mean? The reason why I wanted to have the artifacts, and I got these, you know what I mean? I definitely wear these, and this represents the bondage. You understand me? This represents the bondage, and this is what they navigated. This is what they used to navigate to get us over here. You know what I mean? You can go on Amazon and get this. It's called a sundial. You know what I mean? And it is so accurate to this day. You know, it's a compass. You set it down. You know the latitude of Chicago, which is 42.2. You know what I mean? I put it on 42.2. You know, I set it on the ground and put it at a specific point, and it will give me accurate time. You know, knowledge is king. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I do, I ain't gonna lie, I am a knowledge seeker. You know what I'm saying? I am an innovator. You know what I'm saying? And I keep moving, you know? And I think that's really so, you know, we're gonna get into it, you know. Let me get a little bit of water because it is going down. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna let it build up. And let me be open in my communication. You know what I'm saying? This right here, you know.
The Willie Lynch Letters is produced by Martino Fine Books, Eastford, Connecticut, 2018. So they don't even have an author to say who wrote this because nobody wants to stand behind this. But this is what has been done to us. Understand and know that. Uh-huh. Understand. Understand and know that. So I'm definitely going to communicate, what's in this book for what it is.
And I'm going to communicate soundly, you know, professionally, slow, methodically, and understandably and legibly so you can understand. You know, I'm definitely going to pause at all periods and enunciate everything the way I was taught. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I will say this Milwaukee, Wisconsin gave me a hell of an education. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my teachers and the ones that kept me, you know, focused on my academics and things. You know what I'm saying? And just like that. So, we go. Okay. Now, I did read the forward to you, you know, all the way up to okay. Now I did read page 1 through page 10 all yesterday, except for I'm gonna definitely do it again because YouTube didn't get it yesterday, and you know that's definitely my fault. You know, so I'm is the Willie Lynch letter. If you never heard about it, you know what I'm saying? It's a horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrible way to control a mass of people and and to replace fear with love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to replace and if you don't know what doggism word, they got this damn thing called the dictionary, or you could use, you know what I'm saying? They got this thing called the internet, the interweb. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's not even an author on this. It's Martino Fine Books, P.O. Box 913, Eastford, Connecticut. And you can get this book off of Amazon. You know what I mean? Because it's only righteous that you have the knowledge in your own home. And definitely in welcome. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely gonna convey to you the Willie Lynch letter. And like I said, he was a plantation owner from the West Indies, and he was invited to the South. And it starts with him greeting the crowd. Need some water. Because yesterday it did affect me. It did affect me wholly. And you know what I mean? Look up there, you see what that is? Seeing your man some stars. I'm a man with a gold mouth, you know what I'm saying? And a raw ass conversation, boy. Spit that talk and walk that walk, daddy. This river in the year of our Lord, 1712. First, I shall thank you. The gentlemen of the colony of Virginia for bringing me here. I am here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest control of ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented. Page 6, the Willie Lynch Letter. As our boat sailed south on the James River by Bowie chairs, I saw enough that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highway in great numbers, you here are using the tree and the rope on occasion. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple of back. You are not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you are having uprisings. Slaves are running away. Your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit. You suffer occasional fires. Your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are? I do not need to elaborate. I am not here to enumerate your problems. I am here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. Page 7, the Willie Lynch Letter. You see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? That's not what we are. That's not who we are. You know what I mean? You don't own us. Page 7, the Willie Lynch Letter. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantations in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Page 8, the Willie Lynch Letter. And notice and understand that it's not a thick book. It's an idea like democracy. It's an idea that's perpetuated into the black culture, into the minds that perpetuates to this day. Take this simple list of differences and think about them. On the top of my list is age, but it is there only because it starts with the name. The second is color or shade. There is an intelligence, size, sex, status on the plantation, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, east, west, north, or south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy is stronger than adulteration, respect, or admiration. The black slave, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self refueling and self generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male and the young black male against the old black male. You must use dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love and respect only us. Gentlemen, page 9, the Willie Lynch Letter. Gentlemen, these kits are your keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen. Page 10, the Willie Lynch Letter.
Female male lolly monster voice.
Page 10. Let's make a slave. The original, the origin, and develop of a social stigma called the Negro. Called the Negro. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger man, a pregnant nigger woman, and her baby nigger basic principle that we use in breaking our horse, combined with some more sustaining factors, we reduce them from their natural state in nature, whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their needs and the needs of their offspring. We break that natural spring of independence from them and thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure.
And note that I understand that. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger man, a pregnant nigger woman, and her baby nigger boy. Second, we will use the same basic principle that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. We reduce them from their natural state in nature, whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of the needs and the needs of their offspring. We break that natural string of independence from them and thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure. That's the origin and development of a social being called a Negro. No one understand what's been done to you. No one understand. The pain, the destruction of our beautiful black bodies, the cutting of our feet, the cutting of our ears, the cutting of our penises, and in a lot of these old rich white homes, in deep dark cellars and cells and in safes, people have rotting body parts from people. They got toes, they got bones. This is what holds their racism. This is what holds their racism. You know? And Jeffrey Dahmer is the epitome of what racism is. A cannibal. One who would eat his own hand off his body to spite his arm. One that walks in the darkness and drinks blood and that knows the pus and vomit and bile. You know what I mean? That's what racism is. You know what I'm saying? The Willie Lynch Letter, page 12. Cardinal principles for making a Negro. For fear that our future generations may not understand the principles of breaking both horses and men, we lay down the art. 4. If we are to sustain our basic economy, we must break both the beasts together. 4. If we are to sustain our basic economy, we must break both of the beasts together, the nigger and the horse. We understand that short range planning in economics results in periodic economic chaos, so that to avoid turmoil in the economy, it requires us to have breadth and depth in long range comprehensive planning, articulating both skill and sharp perception. We lay down the following principles for long range comprehensive economic planning. Number 1, both horses and niggers are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. 2, both must be broken and tied together for orderly production. 3, for orderly futures, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the youngest offspring. 4, both must be crossbred to produce a variety and division of labor. 5, both must be taught to respond to a peculiar new language. 6, psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. We hold the above 6 cardinals as truths to be self-evident based upon the following discourse concerning the economics of breaking and tying the horse and nigger together, all inclusive of the 6 principles laid down above. This is not a big book. You see how thin this is? You see how thin this is? You see that? And no, this is not Willie Lynch. This is not Willie Lynch. This is how they perceive us. Low hanging shoulders. You know, no self confidence, no self worth, tied to the horse. You know, and broken. You know, so now all of the sayings, oh man, I'm strong as a horse. Hell no, I ain't strong as a horse. I ain't strong as a motherfucking ox. None of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know what I'm saying? I can lift buildings in one single bound. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take the Hulk. You understand me? Just like that. You know? Now, because when you a picnic, the origin of picnic was go, let's pick a nigger. You know what I mean? When they used to go to the hangings, you can look this up. They had food. They had sandwiches. They had apples. When they saw somebody get hung, they went and cut off toes and took pictures with it. Look it up. Look it up on your internet. Look it up on your internet. You know what I'm saying? I'm black 365 days a motherfucking year. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Note, page 13, the Willie Lynch Letter. Note, neither principles alone will suffer for good economics. All principles must be employed for the orderly good of the nation. Accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild or natural nigger is dangerous even if captured, for they will have the tendency to seek their customary freedom, and in doing so might kill you in your sleep. You you cannot rest. They sleep while you are awake and are awake while you are asleep. They are dangerous near the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. Above all, you cannot get them to work in this natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, break them from one form of mental life to another. Mm. Yeah, I gotta highlight some things because even when I communicate, I learn. Gotta keep highlighting. Yeah, gotta keep highlighting. You learn, you keep learning. Yeah, I'll be 51 April 16th. Let's go. Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story did begin. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say welcome. You know, to 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's a hillside production, baby. You know what I mean? Just like that. And my name is Michael Coates, but they call me Conversation. You know what I'm saying? Get a word, a good kiss. You know? Hey, you know? Mm. Page 13. The Willie Lynch Letter. Keep the body and take the mind.
Male voice. Lolly voice. Monster voice.
Page 13. The Willie Lynch Letter. Keep the body and take the mind. Keep the body and take the mind. You know? Keep the body and take the mind. This thing.
In other words, break the will to resist. Now, the breaking process is the same. In other words, break the will to resist. Now, the breaking process is the same for the horse and the nigger, only slightly varying in degrees, But as we said before, you must keep your eye focused on the female and the offspring of the horse and the nigga. A brief discourse in offspring development will shed light on the key to sound economic principles. Pay little attention to the general, pay little attention to the generation of original breaking, but concentrate on future generations. Therefore, if you break the female, she will break the offspring in its early years of development. And when the offspring is old enough to work, she will deliver it up to you. For her normal female protective tendencies will have been lost in the original breaking process. For example, take the case of the wild stud horse, a female horse and an already infant horse, and compare the breaking process with two captured nigger males in their natural state. A pregnant nigger woman would, with her infant offspring, take the stud horse, break him for limited containment, completely break the female horse until she becomes very gentle, whereas you or anybody can ride her in comfort. Breed the mare and stud until you have the desired offspring. Then you can turn the stud to freedom until you need him again. Train the female horse whereby she will eat out of your hand, and she will train the infant horse to eat out of your hand also. When it comes to page 15, the Willie Lynch letter, you see that? And you can compare this thinking and all of this, and you can apply this psychologically and social experiment in the 70s, when whereas in order to get in order to get welfare, a black family could not have a man in the house. In the 70s, 60s, a black family couldn't have a man in the house. If they found anything that was, if they had a color TV, or they was living too good, or the social worker used to come to our house. Yep, social worker used to come to Milwaukee. Yep, she used to come to our house on Brown Street and in Hillside. You know what I mean? And I was like, why we always got to sit and parlay up to this white lady? You know what I mean? She would come in there and sit down, and my mama have us sitting there of goddamn Crisco on our face with my hair parted, like Arnold on Different Strokes and shit. And I loved it. I loved the part with the hair. My hair was crispy, it was looking good, it was sexy, it was silky. I was letting my soul glow. You got to love that. You know what I'm saying? My singing career didn't take off, but you know what I'm saying? But Soul Glow, you got to have it when you got a carefree curl. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what Soul Glow is, you never know what a carefree curl or a leisure curl is. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have no butters. I used to have butters. You understand? Used to. It is what it is. What it ain't shall never be. You know what I'm saying? And let us keep it moving. And I think it's really that you staying around. Big kiss to the world. Departing by us too. When it comes to breaking the uncivilized nigga, use the same process, but vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and most restless nigga. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggas. The female and the nigger infant. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse faced in opposite directions. Set him afire and beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggas. Take the meanest and most restless nigga. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggas. The female and the nigger infant. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse faced in opposite directions, set him afire, and to beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggas. Page 16, the Willie Lynch letters, the sale. We didn't go willingly. The next step, page 16, the Willie Lynch letter. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigga male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him. But put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. You understand me? We wasn't doing this willingly. We wasn't saying let me pick your goddamn cotton. We wasn't saying let me bend over. We wasn't saying we didn't want to talk. We wasn't saying we don't know how to read. We didn't say we wanted to build this motherfucking country. You know what I mean? Page 16, the Willie Lynch letter. I gotta get that to you again. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigga male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. Know what's been done to us, people. Know what's been done to us. Know what's been done to us. You know, and to all my black queens out there, that feeling, that you feel, that wasn't by mistake. It was by design. It was by design. It was by design that they want you to feel independent, financially secure, emotionally secure, mentally stable, but yet instead they all married. 99% of all white households in other cultures are married at a young age. Black culture is the only culture that does not marry out of distrust and fear and anger and envy and these applications of psychological bondage that's been placed upon us. I'm not preaching, I'm reaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm opening up. You know what I'm saying? I'm communicating, definitely, you know? You know? Each one reaches one, teaches one. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to reach. I'm definitely going to expand. I'm definitely going to expound. I'm not going to sit here and talk and shuck and jive and sambo and be smiling all the time. Yeah, I talk slick. Yeah, I got a mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Highly intelligent and verbally relevant. Know that. So that's page 1 through 16. And I read yesterday The Breaking Process of the African Woman, and 17, 18, and 19 is that. So page 17 through 20 is The Breaking Process of the African Woman. And right here, oof, boy, I tell you, this is profound. You got to look at it. The Willie Lynch Letter, page 21. The Negro Marriage Unit. We breed 2 nigger males with 2 nigger females. Then we take the nigger males away from them and keep them moving and working. Say the nigger female bears a nigger female and the other bears a nigger male. Both nigger females being without influence of the nigger male image, frozen with an independent psychology, will raise their offsprings into reverse positions. The one the one with the female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable. We negotiate with her, through her, by her, and her at her will. The one with the nigger male offspring, she being frozen with a subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now, in a few years, when these two offspring become fertile for early reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue the cycle. This is good, sound, and long range comprehensive planning. It's a design, people. And note, this book is not that thick. The power of the word is astounding. The power of the word is astounding. This is so light, except for this carries over almost 1,000 years of weight and bloodshed and pain. And yet, the words on the paper ain't hurt nobody unless they read it and used it. Ain't that something? And if you're taking a look at my shirt, it's called Famous Black Mug Shots. Famous Black Mug Shots. You know? And you should know some of the pictures on there, you know? And um there's also a website called Melanin Magic. You know? It is what it is, you know? So no. And I'm gonna read that to you again so you can understand it. Page 21, the Negro Marriage Unit. Now, remember in the earlier part of the book when I read when it said, we will reverse them, we will reverse the roles. In the breaking of a horse and the the addition of the black man and the black culture to that of a donkey or a horse. Hence, mulatto people. Mulatto means mule cross. Hence, the base word is mule. When you cross a donkey and a horse, you get a jackass. You get a lazy ass animal that don't want to do nothing but stand there all day and go, eeyaw, you know? But the eeyaw kind of sounds like hunky. You know what I mean? Hmm. Something to think about when to grow on. And with all due respect to my Uncle Tony, my Aunt Sherry, and anybody that I care about and love that is of white culture. I love y'all to death, and I'm just reading the responsibility of the culture, your culture. I love y'all, you know, with all due respect to your hearts, your emotion, and your mind. And, definitely, it's a mature read. It's a hard read. It's an even harder life when you've been living it. I'll be 51. I got 49 more years to keep fighting fighting this system and make sure that I make it out of every traffic stop. Make sure I don't get snatched up by my motherfucking car. And I'm not saying in a fearful way. It's just when I walk out this door, I have to walk out with this invisible shield that I know I'm not going to die today. Let me convey that to you. Every day I walk out my motherfucking front door, I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of passing. It's going to be on God's time, not my time, and not no other motherfucker time. Understand me? Look me in my eye. When I walk out of my front door every day, and every day I have to deal with police, cops. Cops, they continually oppress people systematically. That's what cops stand for. COPS. Continually oppress people systematically. That's what cops do. They don't live in your neighborhood or your area code, and they come and they put this fucking intense social pressure on you, you know, stop and frisk, stuff. They don't respect you. They look at you like you ain't nothing. You're invisible. You're subhuman to them. And yes, I have to walk out of this door every day of my life since I've been known to exist with this invisible shield that I'm not gonna kiss nobody ass to get out of no situation. And I'm not saying that for this goddamn camera. I'm a man. I'm gonna die on my feet, not on my motherfucking knees. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna die from old age. You know. And when I put on, articles of clothes like this that have a heavy responsibility, like the shirt I had on yesterday with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Sandra Bland and, Philando Castile, and the Eric Gardners, and the Sean Hayes from New York got killed, his name is Sean, he got killed on his wedding night, shot over 100 times. You can't eradicate our culture with disease. You can't eradicate our culture with slavery. You can't eradicate our culture with this punk ass group called the Ku Klux Klan. You can't eradicate us educationally. You can't eradicate us for our creativity. You can't eradicate us because we are a strong nation of people, and in the Bible it said that we are to inherit this earth.
Monster voice.
Did you get my motherfucking point? Did you understand what I'm saying? Can you get it? Can you really motherfucking dig it? And when the person say, can you dig it? The reason why they say, can you dig it? Can you dig your own grave? That's where that term came from. Can you dig your own grave? Ain't that something? Makes you want to think sometimes. Mm, mm, you know, it is amazing. So, okay, here we go.
Now, what I read right there, that's the Negro Marriage Unit. And so let us take this next 15 minutes to go back and examine, and definitely, like I said, I highlight because each one reaches one, teaches one, and I learn from Earn, and I discern to know, what has been done to me. Why do I think the way I do? Why do I get fearful of living? Why do I have these fears of success? Why did I get beat like goddamn Antoine Fisher? You know what I'm saying? And why do the women that's in my so-called family, you know what I'm saying? They just, some people that got the same blood running through them. I'm gonna call them relatives because we relatives. And when we get together, we hardly motherfucking relate. And that's bad. And it's not cool, and you don't get this old in life or this mature, I'm gonna say, because old is just D-Lo. OLD, if you go the opposite way, D-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Doing life doing life opportunistically. Yeah, I like to break words down in acronyms. You know what I'm saying? So just like that, and I think it's really that, what I'm saying, the art of communication and the learning. So if you don't have this book, you can go on Amazon and order this book. It's called The Willie Lynch Letter. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely, it doesn't have an author. No, it's at Martino Fine Books, P.O. Box 913, Eastford, Connecticut, 06242, USA. And the ISBN number is 978-1-68422-242-1. And definitely, when in the art of communication in the forum, I'm definitely going to open up your mind and give you something tasty. You know, I'm not just going to sit here and be talking and regurgitating information for you to swallow and not learn from. Bite this air, bite this opportunity. Know and understand what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely I'm not a jester, nor am I a joker. Nobody's fool. And the way I talk and the way I walk, I am a giant amongst men. You know what I'm saying? I am a giant amongst men. And when I walk with a proud step. I am a motherfucking black man. Know that. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on it. You know? Each one reaches one, teaches one. And if this is your first time joining me, I would like to say, welcome to 1438 North 9th, the one and only podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's a hillside production, baby. You know what I mean? And what they call me? Conversation. You know what I'm saying? But you can call me Money Mike, the man with the gold plan. You know what I mean? And if you look up there, send me some stars. I love the support. Thank you for the time, the effort. And let's go through some of this. Because the objective is not just to read it to you, not communicate it to you. The object is to understand. And with some of the places that I highlighted, I'm gonna start, on the breaking process of the African woman, and I highlighted that's gonna be on page 17. When you order yours, the breaking process of the African woman. I'm not gonna read the whole passage, but what I did highlight is right there. You know what I mean? It's a learning process where you're taking pieces and educating your own self and refueling your own mind to break the phenomena. They say unless a crisis or phenomena occurs, these people will not wake up. Well, wake up, black people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I love y'all. Wake up, black people. So in the breaking process of the African woman, what she's seen before that, right there, what I highlighted is the breaking of the man. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger male to the point of death in front of the female and infant. Don't kill him. And the woman, it says, if she shows any signs of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of bitch out of her. Take care not to kill her. For when a black woman is in complete submission, she will train her offspring in the early years to submit to labor when they become of age. And you know what I'm saying? And if you're just now joining me, I would like to say welcome. You know what I mean? This is part 2 of the Willie Lynch Letter. And I am your host of choice. You know what I'm saying? The voice, the man, the common plan. You know what I'm saying? I want to say what's up to my man Blade. Let me put this back up. Oh, damn it. Ah, can't even slide it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you. I will tell you. So before this cut off, I'm gonna make sure I do that. So we got about 5 minutes, y'all. And then like I said, this is part two of the Willie Lynch letter. And if you didn't get part one on YouTube yesterday, I made a mistake, and I didn't plug in the sound. So I definitely apologize. You know what I'm saying? So you can go to Michael Coates, MichaelCoates, and look at it on Facebook. The reading from yesterday. And definitely, we're gonna have a discussion tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna read the other part. It's a very small book, very small book. It only has it only has 28 pages. This is only 28 pages, but it's so profound and it's so heavy. And I want to discuss some points because I read the Negro Marriage Unit, I read the Breaking Process of the African Woman, I read the Cardinal Principles for Making a Negro, Keep the Body and Take the Mind, and I read Let's Make a Slave, and I've highlighted some passages throughout this to discuss, and if you don't know and understand what's been done to you, you don't know and understand how to break it. In this book, it actually says, unless a crisis, a weird crisis or a severe phenomena happens, that we won't wake up. We're asleep. You know what I'm saying? We're asleep, people. And, it's my duty and my process to communicate the information and wake us the fuck up. You know what I mean? So with that being said, definitely, I want to say, what's up to my people down in the mill, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. And I give y'all some mood music just like that. I want to say what's up to Hennessy Lyra. I want to say what's up to my man Shot the Something. They call him Blade. What's up to my girl Kim and everybody down in the mill. Make sure you keep that 5-5 on you, because if you ain't got that, you know what I'm saying? It could be a bad day or a bad dream. You know what I'm saying? And what I am doing, I am communicating the Willie Lynch letter, the making of a slave. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, definitely every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. through 7 p.m. or 6:30 on Sundays through 7:30, I will be on, you know what I'm saying, your interweb. You know what I mean? And this has been a 1438 North 9th production. You know what I'm saying? They come in Hillside, baby. You know what I'm saying? Money Mike. I got that gold talk. Walk that walk and talk that talk, daddy. You know what I'm saying? And not only is it a pleasure, thank you. This is a mature conversation. And like I said, to all the people of different cultures that I interact, connect with, love, admire, enjoy, respect, and appreciate, this is a hard read. It's a mature read. This is a grown folks read. That's why a lot of people won't tune in. Ignorance is bliss. It's just not for me, because I like to hit. I don't like to miss. So on that, I'm going to say, tell your mama I said hi, and tell your auntie I said don't ask why. And tomorrow, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the motherfucking story is about to begin. And riding season is here, y'all. Don't ride alone. Ride with the click, 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 click. Come on, y'all. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? One of Hillside's finest, speaking his story, you know what I'm saying? The black man telling the black man's story, and coming deep from my heart, my little brother Brian Fitzgerald Coates would like to say hi, and everybody that's living on those celestial planes and walking in the fabrics of the wind with the higher powers of the universe. You know what I'm saying? May you be blessed, and thank you for allowing me into your heart, your homes, and your mind, for this art, for this form of communication. This is a communication between you and I. So if you have any comments or anything that you would like to say, go on and post them, because I'm definitely going to address them. Once I get to 1 million in about a year, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it, baby. I can only be what I am. I'm going to go viral because I am viral. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Gen X cross-generational specialist, street talking motherfucking motivational speaker, baby. Just like that. And I'm going to say good night. You know what I mean? With all due respect, And may you be blessed and may you wake up for success.